checklist, so the week after this week is probably going to be an expectation for office hours.
I live stream.
So.
Oh. I live stream.
Yes, but is Brandon here though? Is my question. Brandon is in the country. He is in the country.
Yeah, he might be coming. I think he's coming a little bit late. He's trying to be here for the elections. And sorry, Candace, I didn't mean to like try to
decide where to sit. No, you're fine.
The meeting, like agenda stuff.
No, you're fine.
About it.
You're fine.
Still learning.
However many times you need to say that for yourself, because we got you.
Okay.
You just need to realize that.
You have an extra copy.
You can use mine. I've already talked to you a lot. Anybody have any like initial thoughts about candidates?
I mean, I didn't really get to know. So I'm familiar with who Frances is, but I didn't really get to know her over Shrive. So she was at Shrive. So I can't really speak to her character. So I guess I'm just relying on the.
So she was my roommate.
Really?
Yes.
For Shrive.
Yes. For Shrive. So I know her. Yeah. Personality-wise, like I don't know, like what her hold up she is. So. No, not reading this packet.
Okay.
I'm taking my app.
You know what
IEEE is, like when it comes to computer science, they're one of the, I guess.
Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Yeah. They make the ethic codes for computer science, I know that. Or they have an ethics code at least. And like we looked at a little bit of one of my comp sci classes. But I think they're just a big society with a bunch of computer people.
Are they coming in around the same time?
Francis will be here at 6, and then Seth being 6:15. Feels like
yours really?
I'm kind of like unpopulated.
I didn't know if you knew. What your specific potential.
Oh, I was like, bruh. Same here that's been on his head this whole time.
Yes. Because when we were doing like the little like vocal thing in our pod,
I'm not good at it.
every time you like gave somebody
Yes, unpopulated.
if you give, I don't know, gave somebody the feedback, if they had
Yeah,
baby hair, she would say,
I gotta talk
and your
about
hair's curly. And they would just be like, okay. So now I just need to point it out every time.
That sounds like bruh.
Hello. It's me.
She's going on tour.
Who's going on tour?
wealthy to care.
I went and saw her.
So you level with
Yeah,
25 left.
my friend won tickets.
Before the baby or after the baby?
Who's in charge of 25 left?
2001.
Her baby's clear. He is so light. You like my nephew? You like my nephew? You like my nephew clear too?
Terrible job. Like they're really bad at their job.
My nephew clear?
The double bookings on days are like
You know, it's a
it
huge.
causes problems. You know, like
Actually, don't know her son's name.
I just feel that sometimes like
Yeah,
I
like,
got
something like Anuragi. And then she like converted to Islam.
Well, he's not a prince. He was just. She did. She did.
Did she really?
Mhm.
For like a minute, and then she was
For
just
her
like,
marriage. Nah. And that lasted 2 days, and she's not that anymore.
That's not good.
That is.
Her name's so dead. Her name should have been like.
They already have the choreographer, okay? They don't need.
Right.
You can't change it.
Maybe she didn't convert.
Good over there, kid.
I like the information at the top too. You can give yourself more questions solved on. That's smart. Who is Francis? Should I know Francis?
I don't know.
Rondo.
Yeah.
Or- Actually, I might have had a staff member. He might be a senior. Okay, because on the application it was a little weird. It said how many years have you been at UMBC? Oh. So it said he's been here for 3 or 4 semesters,
Okay.
which could be either transfer senior or commute, like or a. Let me check. That's fine. I was always understanding that it's a non-traditional.
Is it sensitive?
It's true. That's the shape of it.
What do you think of?
There should be no chat. People.
Yeah, like some people muted it.
I know that's just nice.
But actually, no.
Are they rotating here at 6?
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah,
There was about 70
seven
people.
bigger.
There was like.
No, 2 people that muted that got off was Sam and
Robbie.
Yes. No, Robbie's still in it.
Really?
Sam and what was the other?
Romy?
No. Robbie's not
Do
in
you know
it.
what is SGA? What is
No,
it?
what was the
CS,
other black lady's name?
National Society
Sam?
of Collegiate Scholars.
No, it's Sam and there's
Oh.
another.
I should read
Another
for
black
you.
lady at-
Like,
Like a counselor
Yes.
or like a strive coach?
that
It's
society.
not another black lady.
It's like NSA.
There was 2.
There was
Sam.
Sam. Scholar Town or whatever.
There's like
Oh,
NHCSS,
Caleb.
which is like
No.
that.
Her name is
Wait, you like you see all the little
Caleb,
stickers?
Caleb Brown.
Yeah.
But her last name was Brown.
But I'm pretty sure we did get an
It was,
email
it was
about
Caleb.
something like this. Did you get that email from like Res Life
I
or
don't know
something?
them.
It's like a stand.
Something. I don't know if it's this exactly, but like
It
there's
was
some.
not our name.
I don't think it was with the feelings.
It was not.
That the thought was like, there's not
Well, we just can't trust that. Like, I mean,
This
that's
did
right.
not come from a UMBC email
No.
address.
Or-
I am putting this in the space.
Candace,
That's-
who do you remember this?
That's not correct.
Fabric?
They're all
I
done.
wasn't there.
It sounded like that.
Remember that?
Yes.
Sam Smith?
Yes.
Oh,
She was there.
you
Oh, I
said
thought-
you wanted to choose an adult.
You know we have all the doppelganger names. We have Britt Pierce.
Brittany
Britt
Spears.
Her,
Yeah.
her first name is Brittany then.
Brittany Brown. Yes.
Brittany Brown.
Yeah, Brittany
Mhm.
Brown.
Yeah, she works in the vice president's
Yeah, that's
office.
what I was about to say. She works in
Why did I think it was Kayla though?
I don't know.
Brittany Brown is a vice president.
No, she is not.
No.
She's got a doctorate,
She's a
right?
director. She's a director. Yeah, she does have a doctor.
Yeah, assistant vice
No,
president.
she's a director. Oh, yeah, her name is Rachel.
She's a boss lady. She's a boss. B-A-W-S. Boss. Boss. Where's Raven at? So I teach her how to spell boss. You just have to spell things all wrong.
Definitely okay. I saw it.
That's gonna be my gift to you, Candace.
I'll double book with you.
Raven spell.
I don't know why I thought
On the
Boss.
Yeah.
B-A-W-S.
Try to find a line.
And a lot of things wrong.
Now we're trying to spell it.
She tries.
That's how you learn how to write.
That is. I love her favorite
She
method.
wrote joy the other day.
I
and
read
she
through the
backwards,
Senate meeting.
and I was like,
Yeah?
That's style.
Because they were doing some worksheet,
so he said he was on his way.
and they were like, what do you wanna give to her?
What's your name?
Backwards.
Zachary?
Zachary? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
She made me come. She's gonna drag me here.
by the neighborhood's neck.
Actually, no, I mean, no. Your hair's curly. So, yeah.
Oh, hello, Francis.
Where's Brandon? Where's Brandon?
He's on his way.
so that's
Where is
Just for you to know,
on route? You just said he's on route.
we're being watched by 5 people.
From, I guess, like the airport. Like, he said he's on route to the Senate
One
meeting.
percent
So,
of Francis.
He drove
I
from
guess
Japan.
maybe from his house.
He has a computer.
From Japan.
No, I'm joking. Yeah.
What?
Sorry.
Alright guys, let's get started. What? Yeah, we're gonna go around and do introductions, so.
Brenda.
Go ahead.
You want to start it?
Oh, next step, is that why you said?
No, I need you to come over here, but.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Brenda. I'm the executive vice president.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I am the senator.
I'm Jared, I'm senator as well.
Hi.
I'm Candace Martinez, the assistant director for leadership and governance, and I also serve as the
Oh, hi. You know I am. I'm Yasmin Carter, senator, she, her, hers. Yeah.
I'm Zachary. I'm just here observing.
I'm Maria. I'm a senator.
I'm Francis. I applied to be senator.
Cool. And you're on campus as well?
Yeah.
Alright, so here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna go around and ask you a couple questions. Okay, and then we're gonna have a little discussion among ourselves, and then we're gonna vote. Okay, so. Does anybody like to start us off with questions?
Should I give her like little?
Oh, sure. You wanna give us a little introduction about who you are, why you're running?
As Jared just mentioned, I'm a sophomore. I'm a computer engineering major and CWIT scholar. The reason why I applied to be a senator is because I was previously involved on campus in another organization, and I didn't feel like I was doing as much as I could in that position. And so then I heard about this, and my friend Kavya introduced me to about it. And at their Strive retreat, I also got to hear more from Brandon and Daz, and it just kept making sense. Although I already applied at the Strive retreat, I was happy that I did. But I haven't done it, so. Yeah.
Thank you. So does anyone want to start us off with questions?
Sure, I'll go. I took a deep breath and I checked myself. So one of our biggest things is commitment, time commitment. You're a busy lady. How much do you, like, what does it mean to you to be involved actively as a senator?
Actively, being where I'm supposed to be, number one, and I can't help people if I'm not doing what I need to do first and foremost. Being responsible is a part of that, and commitment-wise, if I didn't show up, I don't think I deserve this. So I'll make sure I'm here.
So, like a part of I guess our job description as senators are to serve on shared governance committees as well as pursue different initiatives like that. I guess like affect the general UMBC student body. So, what are some initiatives that you hope to implement if you're confirmed as a senator?
So one initiative would be a type of event where you would get STEM majors, at least that side of campus, to also mingle with non-STEM majors and really implement that. I have a lot of friends who are non-STEM majors who complain that they don't see enough of us, even though we're everywhere. So I think implementing something, whether it be a day, an event, a dinner, something where people can get to see both sides of the university.
Yeah, you mentioned you were in a leadership role before Senate. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
So I was community council president at Chesapeake Hall last year, and I did encounter some unusual circumstances because I had several people leave coming into the spring semester, so I had to kind of scramble and work with the community director to find someone, but I didn't really want to have to train, I guess, someone. So there was a person on my council who was a floor rep who showed up every day. He took an initiative to ask questions, and I really got their fit in the role. And I asked them, and they were able to step up. Planning events was the most fun thing to do as a freshman, and seeing everyone come to the event. Having a record number of people for our dorm coming to the events, showing that we really were making an impact, and getting people to stay on campus, getting people to come out of their rooms. And just seeing people work together and within the council was also something that I got to observe while being there.
Yeah, so another thing that we're working on is sort of like rebranding SGA, or like, I mean, I guess it's a personal feat for myself. So what ways would you say you would, I don't know, bring your personality into rebranding SGA in terms of like campus connections?
So I'm really about being getting to know a person one-on-one, giving you that attention you need to get to know who I am, and I get to know who you are. And so I think personally I would be great at drawing an audience. I have a lot of kind of like I guess a good vibe that I give off, and people tend to always tell that to me, like you have this aura around you that's like I want to be your friend. So with that I could help with the basic SGA also, but I think making sure that we are still doing that one-on-one attention to students and making sure that we're still there to represent them.
So, as a job as a senator, we don't really. So, getting to be one-on-one with students is important, but that's like not our main thing. It's kind of being able to do that indirectly for students. So, don't know where I was going with that.
Well, then I still like to respond. I think more than the one-on-one indirectly, being able to be a one-on-one off time, not being a senator, and hearing what people are saying around you, and just listening to what people are saying, and being able to bring that back and create an initiative out of that.
Anyone else? Okay. All right, you guys want to move into discussion?
Yes.
Or yeah. Second.
Thank you, Francis.
Yeah, I think that, first of all, I really like that we did this again. I really appreciate this. That's kind of the reason I didn't have any questions, because like the concerns that I did have initially were like all in here. Overall, I think we have a fantastic candidate before us.
I mean, I'm like, I don't have any, I guess like opposing views, and also, I mean, we need a senator, and I feel like, no, I'm not even like saying that like like you need a senator, so you should fill the position. I feel like she's like capable and she wants to do the job, so you know, give her the shot. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Oh, thank you. I think that the anecdote you shared about your community council in the spring and having to manage that, losing people and figuring out how to, push forward, I think speaks to, being able to be resilient and you understand what a position like this some of the struggles that they encounter, because I think those two sort of bodies have some similarities, right? So I appreciated that.
And I also think the initiative of increasing intermingling between STEM majors and what's it called? Humanities majors is something that I'm interested in. I think I told you about that. No,
I think we had.
We had a conversation about decreasing the stigma around STEM majors and.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, just one second.
Decreasing the stigma between STEM majors or decreasing that. So I think that's interesting, and I'd be interesting. Wow, I can't talk. Interested to work on that. Should she be confirmed?
Yes.
I think Sheriff has a great perspective. I'd like to, as we're refilling these seats, have more representatives from different aspects, and I think having a female STEM representative is greater benefit to us.
Good motion.
Move to approve SL 28/18/19.
Second.
All right. Representatives for? Wait. Number of senators post? Absent? Yeah, one. And abstaining. So number of senators abstaining. All right, and that motion passes. Hold on.
We gotta get sworn in.
Oh, okay.
We've got their binder.
I never had one. I never had one.
Stay with
I
that.
think Brenda has one.
They don't want
I do love you. Look at me right here.
But if we need a
I will
picture,
show you. Okay. You must see that binder. That's
They just take a picture.
what they-
No,
So you got the preference.
so
I love.
do I have her repeat after me?
Yeah.
Am I taking a picture?
Yeah, someone's got to take a picture.
Just like on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, but you just email it to the SGA account.
There's not like a special live stream, just
No.
screenshot.
Look. All right. Ready? Just repeat after me.
I need to hold my hand or anything?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
raise your right hand.
All right. I do solemnly affirm
I do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of Executive Vice President
the office.
Nope.
the office of Senator
The office of Senator
of the UMBC Student Government Association
of the UMBC Students Government Association
and will,
and
to
will,
the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
promote and defend
promote and defend
the interests and well-being
the interests and well-being
of the UMBC's undergraduate students.
of the UMBC's undergraduate students.
Okay, come here. Come right here. Come here.
We have never class.
All right.
Wow.
That thing. Francis can go, right?
Francis cannot work. Yeah.
Francis
Cannot work and do any senator things until she's not here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Better.
I apologize. I was in the show. I was like,
Senator.
You
guys do that today.
This was unique. I can touch it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
thing.
Okay. Okay.
All right, Brenda, would you like to start us off with introductions again?
Sure. Hi, I'm Brenda. I'm the Executive Vice President. Nice to meet you.
I'm Patrick Alessandro.
Any chairman senators?
Hi. Candace Martinez, I'm Assistant Director for Leadership and Governance, and I also serve as the SGA advisor.
I'm Francis.
Oh, I'm Yasmin, or Yas, Senator. I had to think about that one.
Oh, I'm Zachary. I'm just here.
Hello, I'm Mary Bolotoga. I'm Senator.
I'm Robbie.
Okay. I'm Sabine, if you got me now already. It's nice to meet you.
And what year are you?
Sophomore, so second semester.
Cool. All right. Great. So here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna first, we'd like you to give like a little brief introduction. All right, just about who you are, why you want to run, and then we're gonna do questions. Okay, just a couple questions, and after that we're gonna have a discussion, and then we're gonna vote. Okay, sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Do you mind opening us up with a little bit of an introduction?
Yeah, sure. So my major is biological sciences. I'm on the pre-medical track right now. Some stuff that I'm involved in on campus includes the Vice President of Public Relations for the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. Outside of school-related activities, I'm involved in the community through volunteering at different organizations such as a homeless shelter called Place in Baltimore City. Volunteer at a few hospitals right now. Have an internship at Johns Hopkins in the emergency department. I've been volunteering at the cancer department for about 3 years now. And basically, I want to get involved as a senator to reach out to students and make their experience at UMBC more enriching. Move on.
All right. Does anyone want to start with questions? Des?
Number one question for me is time commitment. Everybody says they'll commit a time, but understanding that this job is more than just sitting in this seat on Mondays,
Right.
showing up to the retreats we have, events, meetings, showing up for FYA events, things like that, and understanding that it can. You said you can spend 4 more hours, but just really understanding that it is really an immersive type of position you're putting yourself in, and knowing that you have to commit time and set aside things for this.
Right.
Do you think that you, with everything that you're doing, you being on a pre-med track, are able to commit that time and dedication mentally and physically?
Yes, I think I'll be able to commit the time. I'm good with my time management skills. As I was talking to Jared over the interview, he told me that we would have to, do have small group meetings too, where we would discuss ideas, and that actually interests me. Like I feel like it would be like an enriching experience. And when I like and I'm passionate about something, I'm willing to give it as much time as it needs. With my school studies right now, like my schedule is pretty good. I'm done by like 1 or 2 o'clock every day, and I basically check that I can come to like these meetings and everything. And my volunteer stuff I do on the weekends. So I've like planned everything out.
So you talked about you committing to things that you're passionate
Right.
about. So what are you passionate about in regards to SGA?
SGA, I'm passionate about, I just actually I want students to like have a voice. You all probably want students to have a voice, but I want certain things, or specific like initiatives I want to put into place that I have in my mind. I can tell you guys about those if you, so initiatives, one would be like I would want to have organizations like clubs on campus meet more often, so we can have like lunches or meetings or stuff to have the organizations like better have better relations with each other like on campus, and have more awareness for the different types of organizations that we have on campus. On top of that, like I would want to do like small stuff, like say like laptop rentals, like set up kiosks or stuff, because some of my friends personally like they don't have laptops. And it would just be more convenient, like if in the commons we had laptop kiosks, and maybe set up like a food drive once a semester. So I'm sure it's still
I'm just breathing.
Did you do something? Okay. Patrick?
Were you involved in SGA, like in your high school experience, or like your like secondary school experience?
Yeah, so in high school, I was actually vice president.
So what can, oh,
Sure.
sorry. So what experiences from your like prior, or like, I don't know, you have like a lot on your, I guess CV, like, what stuff, or how do you think you could like implement that stuff in SGA? Like
Yeah.
those skills that you.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, I've accumulated a lot of like leadership skills, teamwork skills through like my volunteer positions, especially the one at the cancer unit at Johns Hopkins. It's because I started 3 years ago as like a junior volunteer, part of the summer program. And now, so you basically, part of the volunteer program, you get promoted. So after a couple of years now, like managing other junior volunteers in the program, and I help coordinate different events. I help coordinate like relationships between the different people in the volunteer program. So those types of skills, I feel like they could be useful for SGA. If I was to be like this.
Yes.
It seems like you have a lot of experience working with the team, but it seems like you also have a lot of experience being the head of a team.
Yeah.
And this is very much so a collaborative type of
Right.
thing, and it's not to like showboat or
Right,
like
right.
of one another.
Right.
And just, do you think you are able to adapt in not having such a prominent number
Yeah.
one position?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a leader, even the leader doesn't all, like how you said, showboating and all that stuff. I feel like a leader, that doesn't really, even if you have leadership qualities, that doesn't mean that you have to, showboat and all that stuff. Being a leader, the most important part about being a leader is working as a team and being collaborative. I just feel like having leadership experiences would help me in this position, but I've also had a lot of teamwork experience too, so that would help too.
So, I guess a part of our job description would be like sitting on shared governance committees as well as initiatives. You talked a little bit about your initiatives. What shared governance committees would you be interested in? So like,
So yeah, I'm not familiar
oh,
with
yeah, that's right,
shared
that's right.
governance.
Right. Actually, yeah.
If you could provide me examples, maybe I can tell you something I'm interested in.
There's a
Oh,
lot.
so what, I guess like, aspects of campus are you interested in terms of like,
Well,
departments?
okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm a commuter, so maybe something related to commuting and off camp, like including commuters on making them feel a part of campus. I think we have a committee for that, right? We have commuters.
There's these
Office of Commuter Services or something. Yeah.
Or like off campus service.
Yeah, off campus.
Anyone else?
I have a question.
Oh,
There's another word, I guess.
okay. All right. Let's move into discussion.
Yes.
First thoughts?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
What's like throwing you off?
I don't know. It's not helpful either.
No, I mean, I'm confident in the leadership experience we've seen here. So, that was sorry.
I guess what troubled me at first was like conflict noise. That sounds like a lot of things, but it's, he's always something chill.
I can't really hear you, so.
Oh, so what worried me at first was like hearing all the things he's doing, like pre-med and bio volunteer, but he says he has time on his schedule. I should trust on that since he says he's done by 1.
Well, okay.
I like the trend of like having what's it called, candidates that have like initiatives like in place or like in mind. So coming in with something that they want to pursue is I guess appealing. So I'm confident, or that's something that's pushing me towards a yes. Having somebody who wants to do something, especially from like a diverse aspect of campus, being commuters.
Yeah, I mean, that's one part of the reason why I was, like Sanjay was one of the guys that I was just like, when I interviewed, I was like, I like him. He seems like he knows what he wants to do. And he seemed like he's driven and that he was like very organized and would be able to like make an impact. So, part of why he's here. Yeah.
Okay. Kind of we figure it out. It's the load. And just our coming off of our retreat we just had and that whole experience. And people being present. That's just the one thing that I think was holding me back. Like it's nothing about his capability of doing the work, and I do like him having ideas already like to come into place, like already having initiatives in his head of like what to do and knowing like his niche. But I don't know, like not that I want to like control his schedule for him, but just going off of what we just experienced, you know, this past weekend is what's kind of keeping me a little reserved, because it's just like I'm not sure how much mentally is he going to be present in these things.
It's like, where's his priorities?
Yeah.
Can you speak to that, or like from your?
Could he or could I?
Oh yeah, from like your meeting with him, because you mentioned that you felt like he was organized given what you guys spoke about. So.
Well, I mean, from when I was talking to him, like it seems like he has a lot of experience managing time commitments, especially with all of his experience doing things. So I feel like I'm just kind of just taking his word for it. Like I think that if he thinks that he's going to be able to be committed to something, and that it's, I guess, worth his time to like come out here at all and like really try to be a senator, you know, I think that at least it's worth giving it a shot. You know, like I did not have like when I first heard that he did a lot, I was a little bit concerned, but like after talking to him, it seemed like he had a good handle with it.
Sorry. Yeah, I feel like we've had this same discussion before with other candidates, and I feel like what we usually say at this point in the conversation is, like, if the person says they have the time, then we trust the person to be telling the truth, right? Because otherwise, like, you know, what are you doing here? Oh wow,
there he is.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this, like, if we're gonna trust the word of the person, then he said you can do it. We take that as what is true, I guess, is like the best way to put that forward.
I just want to speak to that real quick. Going off of that knowledge, that's where my mentality is always, but because of what I've seen in this last weekend is what's making me more hesitant than I would have been in the past. So people's lack of presence in prioritizing SGA when it came time to something that we don't do often, because they thought they would have the time, that's what I'm thinking of. When it really comes time to show up with all the things that he's doing, would that take precedence over it? Rightfully so that there are good things that you take precedence over it. It's just how much for me to vote yes, how much can I put in this basket of voting yes to him showing up to these things when the people who said they were going to show up are either not here anymore or had to be forced out. So that's where my reservation is at. Because in the past, we've gone that approach and seeing what that approach has produced. So that's where my reservation is.
But I mean, all of us standing here are also people who said we were going to show up. So
that's where also I'm just like, but he might have it too. So I'm still on the fence though.
I mean, to speak to that, I feel like, so I'm basically like comparing candidates, and I don't know how like politically correct that is, but I took Francis's word for it because she had what's it called, community council experience, and like that anecdote sort of like painted that picture for me. It was like, okay, this is somebody who's already been invested in like a UMBC community before, and like dedicated time to a specific role. So I was sort of like, okay, like I believe you. I mean, it's not that I don't believe step change, but it's also people do say like, you know, I'm a pull up, but they don't.
Well, I mean, part of that's my responsibility
Right.
too, is just to make sure that when people are showing up, and if they're not, figure out why, enforce that. And like, or at least have a deeper conversation that continues, or fix it, you know?
Right. So I ready to vote?
Yep. Is there a motion?
Move to approve SL 29-1819. Or something super, yeah.
Second.
That was definitely
Put your report.
Second, all right.
All right.
You're absent.
Oh, I didn't have to register you there.
No, you're absent.
Okay. All right. All senators for? All right, all senators opposed? And number of senators abstaining, none, and absent, 1. All right, and with that, this motion passes. All right, now we're going to swear you in. Oh,
That's sort of like how we not describe, like, we snap.
all right.
I know.
They are.
All right, so. Can't. Come on. Okay. All right, so we're going to. So I do solemnly affirm. I do solemnly affirm. Hey guys. Alright, I do solemnly affirm. I do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully execute. That I will faithfully execute the office of senator. The office of senator of the UMBC Student Government Association. Of the UMBC Student Government Association. And will to the best of my ability. And will to the best of my ability. Promote and defend. Promote and defend the interests and well-being. The interests and well-being of UMBC's undergraduate students. Of UMBC's undergraduate students.
Can you talk to you? Come here.
Hey, roll.
Brandon.
Yes.
So we'll be in the end when I see members present. No, we still have. Here. Okay. Here.
Yeah, I really am.
Like, I might call it like, interject if you like something, right?
How many of us said yes?
That's in
4.
Oh, we won that all three,
Or say yes.
Relax.
Remember
You can like give your 2 cents, even though you're not a voting member.
All right, so.
That was a good vote, guys.
All right.
We got 2 new senators.
Yeah, what? Yeah. We're up to 8 now.
Progress.
All right, guys. So now, so initiative expectations. So this is just pretty quick. So for this week or next week, I want everybody to have at meeting. Right, I'm going to go around and ask everybody. Make sure you have an initiative that you want to work on, and what's going to happen is if you don't, right, then we're going to meet up in the following week and we're going to try and figure out what's a good initiative to have. Okay, so that's the goal, is just to have an initiative, and here's the other thing, a first step for that initiative, right? What you want to do the following week after that in order to progress in that initiative. Okay, and what I mean when I say an initiative is something tangible that you want to accomplish this semester. All right, so it might be under the broadband of, let's say, a bigger term. So that might be improving relations between maybe students and faculty, or improving police relations or something. But I want you guys to have a goal in mind that you want to accomplish this semester. Okay, and that's what I kind of want to hear. I want to hear the goal, and I also want to hear what the purpose is for it. You know, so. So that, again, the goal for the semester, and then the first step for the following week. Okay? Everybody got it? Sound good? Cool. All right. Yeah.
Like, how do people feel about like what's it called? Having like partner like initiatives, or like would that like be a fallout of like everyone coming up with like individual initiatives?
If you'd like to work together, by all means. So. Well, yeah. So, but I would like, if you're going to work together, I'd prefer that you have one person designated as like the team leader, right? Because that's the person I'm going to go to hold the team accountable, I guess. You know, to make sure that things are happening, so it's not just kind of distributed responsibility. You know.
All right, guys. Thank you. Really appreciate it. See you guys at the next meeting.
See you next week.
Have a nice night.
All right. So, everybody got it? Great. All right. And next thing, so office hours proposal. Okay. So again, according to the legislation that we passed last semester, the speaker will present a time, and then the rest of the Senate has to approve it. Okay. So first, before I present, I want to have. Why don't we have like a 5-minute discussion about office hours and I guess what we thought about last year and how we want to move forward this year. Okay. So. All right. Anybody have any thoughts?
Could we do a quick recap? Because I kind of I vaguely remember what we did, but like, did we pass legislation saying that we had to like approve the amount of hours?
So the speaker will present a number of hours, and then the rest of the Senate has to basically pass by more majority vote.
Yes.
Okay. And last semester we did 1 hour. Okay. So what everybody think? Yes.
Useless.
Useless.
Yes. I think because of our I think because of how our culture of meetings was last semester, it wasn't being utilized to its fullest potential, in my opinion, of what meetings are. In our office hours are being utilized to do office things, such as meeting with one another, or getting meetings done with other people, having them come to the office, getting emails done, progress on what was a thought of an initiative or anything like that. So I feel like efficiency of office hours were not done at all. Like, it was just a time that we had to be in the office, to say we were in the office, to get our money.
So I don't think that was the intention of office hours at all. Like when we were like talking about what the premise of office hours were, it was to increase like SGA senator like visibility, sort of. So like we were in office hours simply to be in office hours. Like that was literally like the purpose. That's what I gathered from it. So like for us being in office hours, it was more so like having the student body interacting with having the student body interact with the general body, and also sort of like pulling people in, if that makes any sense. I mean, I didn't do any of that, but like, or I didn't. Oh, not that. I didn't pull people in, but like, I mean, I sat in the office, so I feel like I guess like it would do us justice to like outline what office hours are meant to accomplish, because I think like office hours as it stands for me, it's sort of like to increase SGA presence and like to better the relationship between SGA and the student body. And also I think like office hours to like meet with people and like, you know, work on like initiative stuff, I think that should be separate from office hours if we decide to like pursue it. And I think like having separate meetings like for initiatives and like different things that you want to work on should happen on like not personal time, but like separate time, separate from office hours.
Patrick?
Yes, I agree with that. I think that, like, I know there were a couple times where I would, like, sit in the office, and I think it also does a good job of kind of getting us involved more in, like, SGA, because, like, I know I don't always sit, actually, I barely ever just sit in the SGA office. So sometimes it's nice to, like, actually just go in there, like, yeah, like, I have to, but also, like, just go in there, like, talk with, like, Brenda, like, see what's going on. And there have been times where, like, people have come in and ask questions, and you can, like, kind of direct them to different places, and stuff like that. So I think it is good to do it, but also, like, if you do have, like, a meeting I mean, I know I'm at Brandon on my office hours last semester too, and like, it's just a good time to like, you'll know exactly where I am at that time, so if like, there does need to be a meeting for initiatives or anything, like, that's where you are. You know, I feel like it does good, to make sure we have like an hour, or just sitting in the SGA office, so we can know that.
John, do you have any thoughts?
Well, I was questioning the practicality of it, but after hearing it changed my mind. Yeah, 'cause I did think that is, I wouldn't say pointless rather than being like, the practicality. Like I wouldn't know what to do in it, but that is the purpose of it. So I like to have.
Do you have any thoughts, Ben?
Yeah, I'd like, I'm also for office hours, for the same reasons that Patrick and Marion described. I like scheduling meetings at the time, so I think it would be like another kind of like a monkey wrench, being like, oh, I can't schedule meetings during my office hours. But I see benefit in like interacting more with like the rest of SGA as a whole, and then also having a place to be when people are expecting me. Like I know, I was going to compare it to Carly's, but I guess her situation is a bit different since she has a lot more touch, but like that kind of situation.
So, final thought?
Are you trying to say something? Okay. So I was just what?
You can both say something.
Okay. I was gonna say, I don't know. It's not that like, oh, we should like completely bar people from like scheduling meetings. Or again, like I think we should like outline what we want to get out of office hours. Like, what's the purpose of it? But I think it's really important, like, because after the whole retreat, like another like something that I really want to pursue is like rebranding SGA and like having like a good relationship with people like outside of the SGA office. So I understand that we want to like, you know, say hi to Brenda and like, you know, catch up on like stuff that's happening in the office, but I don't want us to use like valuable time like basically like reinforcing the bubble that is SGA. Like I want us to like actively make efforts to bring people from the outside into the inside. Yeah, that.
Good,
Yeah.
Yes? Oh, sorry. Candace.
Nope, yes, go ahead. You need voice, go. What I'm trying to say is that I get what you're saying, especially after the Loyola presentation. I think that's why I'm saying I want it to be more productive in the sense of having meetings with outside people, because that's the way we're going to do it. Because I know on the times that I've been in an office, I've only had maybe one or two people the whole entire semester ask me a question. And I think it's valuable to bring in other. If I have a meeting, you know I'm going to be there. I'm not saying I need to have like an hour-long meeting. Like that's not what I'm saying. But like just knowing in that hour, Yasmin is going to be in a place. Yasmin has things that she's doing productively. If I don't get anything done, I know in that hour every week I have done something. That's what I mean. So I understand for you, and I think it can look different for everybody. But being efficient is just the thing that I would like to push for office hours, because I think the culture of our meetings last semester was very much so discussion based. A little too much so where it was something that could have been handled outside in office hours, that we could have met with one another, like, oh, I see that point that you made, let's talk about it more in our office hours, versus like talking about it here, being here till 11 o'clock. So that's kind of where my perspective was.
Candace?
I heard a little bit of, maybe I misinterpreted it, but wanting to use office hours as a way to do outreach. And the only thought that I have is to say, and about like the insular nature of SGA, how I think that there's a culture of waiting for people to come to you versus you going to those people. So maybe that's something to think about in terms of how you would implement your office hours, or maybe it's, yes, we need to have people in the office to answer are going to come to the office, but not everybody will. So you have one office hour in the office and one office hour outside of the office where you can record what that thing that you were doing is. Right.
Last thought.
Okay, actually, no, Freddie, you can talk. 'Cause I was gonna say, yeah.
Okay, so, I heard like both things, and I don't think it has to be one or the other. Even if you vote, or if you all like split it up, so like some people are in the office, some people go out. But what I was gonna say is executive council actually has office hours as well, and we have this beautiful office hours sign made by a graphic design person, and a big easel for it, and we just send them out to like different places in commons or the library. We arm them with like a bunch of T-shirts, and we're like give out T-shirts to people who are willing to talk to, tell them you're from SGA. So even if you did stuff like that, I think a big part of outreach is meeting people halfway. And so you know people aren't going to come to the office because where would they? It's like a boring place. So go out and meet them and give them something to talk to.
Well, so what I'm hearing is we like office hours, but we want to rethink the way that we utilize those hours. So with that, I'm going to propose the same 1 hour office hour, but I want me and Brandon are going to meet, and I'll try to talk to all of you about how we want to go about doing office hours. I liked a lot of the thoughts in the room. So with that 1 hour proposal, all senators for? Okay.
Not here.
Well, I mean, everyone's still like, it's
Right,
more
but he can't
informal,
vote.
so
Right.
it's not like an SL. Okay, cool. And that concludes the office hours proposal. So then Candace, it's your time slot.
So are these all the senators that are
Yeah,
doing this, right?
Yes.
6, continue.
I can talk about that. So there has been one resignation. Jordan resigned. That's why Jordan is not here. Liam is no longer a senator. And if you want to talk to Liam about why she's no longer a senator, you can talk to Liam about why she's no longer a senator, but that's, Liam is sharing up for me. So that's it. So we had our winter retreat. I want to thank those of you who were in attendance. I think that there was really good conversations on Friday that happened. The conference on Saturday is a mixed bag, but it was, I think, there are parts of it that were good, there are parts of it, this is the first time it's been put on, and so I think, as with everything, it's a learning experience, but I want to thank you for it. You know, if you had asked me on Thursday what I wanted to say today, I would have been like, they're gonna read them the Riot Act, and people are gonna hate me, and because I'm really pissed off. I will be transparent, I was really upset last week with the number of people who were telling me last minute they couldn't come. Because I value your time, and I try to let you know in advance when this was. And some people let me know in November that they would not be able to come. And I appreciate that. Some people let me know in December that they would, or early in January. So I tried to let you know what that expectation was in enough time to be able to, because I value your time. I know that you are busy. And when I receive emails last minute, saying, well, I'm not going to be able to come, what that communicates to me is that you don't value my time. I work, my boss has the expectation that I put on these things for you. And you don't work paper, you have to have somebody who signs off on your timesheet or whatever, that's me, but you don't work for me. And so I can't be like, you don't come, I'm putting you on a PIP, that's a performance improvement plan, and if you don't show up to something, if you show up to something late, you're getting fired. I can't do that to you, because that's not the nature of our relationship. But I do hope that the nature of our relationship is that you respect the work that I do for you. That you understand that there's time and effort that goes into planning a retreat, booking a class, ordering catering, registering you for a conference. Not only time and effort, but money, right? So I plan for catering for 20 for breakfast and lunch. I registered 20 people for a conference with student activities dollars. And 7 people went. So that is money that I can't get back. That is money that has been used from the student activities fee. That is wasted. So that is frustrating because we talk a lot about what is an effective use, or at least in finance board, maybe not so much here. But in finance board, we talk a lot about an effective use of the student dollar, and that it does not feel very effective. So I'm not mad. I'm disappointed, sad, and I don't know how to or what to do to make it so that those kinds of things are a priority for people. For some people, it was a priority and then they showed up. For other people who told me in advance, far in advance, that they weren't going to come because they had a conflict, I appreciate that. There are things that are non-negotiable, right? That we can't change, that are once in a lifetime sort of things. And I understand that. I'm not unreasonable. So it's hard for me. It's hard to continue to plan those kinds of things and want to do those things. And if I don't want to, I have to. But to do them with a full heart, if I feel like nobody's going to come. So I guess the thing that I ask you to reflect on is, what, and then share with me if you want later, not in this forum, what can I do, or what can we do to make it so that those things that are one-off things like retreats, or showing up to volunteer for like Involvement Fest, or to be an SGA rep for like other things, are things that you want to do. And I know that last semester was hard and frustrating, and in some aspects demoralizing, to feel like you didn't get anything done. I recognize that. And I was hoping that this time together could be a sort of reset for us, for you, to figure out how do you move forward from that. But when you're not all there, it's really hard to do that. So when you want to, if you want to, I would appreciate feedback around like what can I do, how can I help to make it so that this feels like something that you want to show up to all the time. That feels less of a burden, and more of a, we can get more joy. Because that's what I want for you. I want you to want to be there. I want you to want to come. I want you to be excited. Be like, yeah, I want to be there. That's where I want to be. So, okay. Love you guys. I love you too. I love all of you. I really do. I heart you so hard. You know this. I've been in this room crying about how much I love you. So it's like when my kids are like, I hate you, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to spend time with you, Mom. oh, how can I don't know. So, just I think that it's easy to forget that someone is planning these things for you, that there's time and there's effort and there's money, and that there are other people who are showing up, and so when they show up and you don't, it makes it hard for them to want to continue to show up too. So, thanks for that. Wow.
Thank you for being honest.
I tried to be.
All right, so. Well.
And I don't think you did that.
Oh, it's okay. It was honest.
The announcements. Brenda, do you have anything?
I don't know. You have it? I refer to the gentlewoman.
I just wanted to say I'm hosting the basketball game.
Yes, you host the women's basketball game.
Yeah. No, I host the game.
Oh, you're holding both.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'd be really cool if you guys come out, wear your SGA stuff, be present.
Which one is it? The 30th?
Yeah, it's at 7.
It's the blackout game?
Yeah.
Or the blackout.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
think against Stony Brook?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Pam's gonna be there.
Yeah. I mean, they're all the games.
Really? Now?
Just it depends on
We
which
got
one.
that one. Oh, well, they were
So
at-
the last one was ESPN Plus, so that's online.
ESPN 3?
So this one is gonna be ESPN 3.
Oh.
They
Yeah.
usually do the men's games, and this
Yes.
is a tournament game.
Yeah.
Not
Also
tournament, but like
Conference.
conference. Thank you.
And they're our biggest competitors. I think.
Yeah. But they could be really cool, not just because I'm there, but also just outreach, student outreach, exec board being there. That'd be cool. Yeah.
That's Wednesday the 30th.
Yes, it is 7 o'clock.
I can't believe
We go on check out. Blackout.
Candace?
Involvement Fest is next Wednesday, the 6th, also my birthday.
Whoop, whoop.
That is important.
It is.
I tell people it's my birthday and then I tell them don't give me anything, but I also secretly want things, but you don't have to do that. But it is next Wednesday, February 6th, is Involvement Fest. SGA at the table. You can register for one. Yes. So I'm sure something will be going out about volunteers for that, right?
I volunteered to set up. Was that a thing?
That's a different one.
Oh, well, that's not the
Have you has a volunteer signed up and set up for Involvement Fest?
No, because you stole people from.
Look, early bird catches the worm. Okay. Last year, that's next Wednesday, and the Mosaic is celebrating their 15th anniversary coming up. That's the following week. It's the following Wednesday.
Yes, it is.
February 12th.
Yes, it is.
I think they're Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. All in.
Yeah.
What's the date on
The 13th.
Oh no, it's 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have a bunch of stuff going on in the UC ballroom, lots of past presidents, people coming from the Mosaic. I believe there's gonna be some sort of food at some point. So if you can make your way over to the UC ballroom at some point on that 13th, thank you. I know that the Mosaic would appreciate it.
We would.
And that, I think it's going to be a really great celebration. So those are
SGA presence is important.
Yes.
Be present in diverse environments and show up for everybody, not just some people.
So those are my
Cool. Thanks, Candace. Anybody else? All
You're
right.
back in the country. That's an announcement.
Back in the country.
You came back for some reason.
All right. Well, I adjourn this meeting at 6:58 p.m. Yes.
Okay. First meeting of the semester.
That's the right one? Okay, 6:59 p.m. And,
Turn off the live stream.
yeah, you're right. Thanks, Patrick.
So the nice angle of your hair. Look at that max of that.
How do you stop that?
The last one later, and I was like,
Oh,
You work from Missouri?
You gotta close it on the,
No.
on the, oh,
no,
I volunteer for them all.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.